Well, we started, as you said, extremely well, really determined, really brave. We're showing the right quality, creating chance after chance, scored 2 goals, and don't allow anything happening against us. And then, with 10 minutes, it's always more complicated. I think we controlled the game really well. It didn't have any moments where they could run at us or create any chance, but this is the league. And when you don't score the third or the fourth goal, that's we had the chances to do it. Out of a set piece, we conceded a goal, and then becomes nervy because you know what you are playing for, and then you start to defend that result. And we suffer much more than when we needed.
We have a really bad start, and we dig a hole for ourselves that we don't need to. We know that. But at halftime, we talked about keeping our composure, not losing anyone else, because obviously there was a massive amount of frustration, treating the game like it was 0-0, and making sure we didn't give up a goal and see if we could get a goal on a set piece or one action and then make the game interesting so that we could use it as positive momentum moving forward. And that's what we did. So obviously we're in a difficult situation, but we've got to find ways to stay strong and to keep moving forward.
It's a huge game on Thursday against Tottenham, but the math says that if you win it, you're guaranteed Champions League football.
Yeah, that's the position we want to be in. You know, I think we've worked hard all season to give ourselves that opportunity, and we're going to recover well and push this week to make sure we're ready for the game. And we want to do it for ourselves, we want to do it for the fans. So hopefully you can go there and perform.
We'll talk about Eddie and Nketiah in just a moment, but Arsenal flew out of the blocks, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and I think that Leeds kind of played into their hands a bit. I thought that with the pace of Daniel James and Rafinha, they may have turned Arsenal a bit more, like we'll see at the end of the game. They really had a go at Arsenal, but it wasn't to be. They, like I said, they played into Arsenal's hands. Arsenal's closing down was very, very good, and see this as a start. You see everybody's really tight. Eddie Nketiah's in on him, and then bang. This could have easily been avoided without a shadow of a doubt. Mo El-Neni again having a fantastic game. Great run from Ødegaard. This was happening all game. They had a lot of joy down this side. Rafinha wasn't giving Haaland too much help, and he had a field day today for Gabriel Martinelli. A lot of space to run into. You could see him there in a load of space again. To take on Luke Ayling. And I think that this was one of those. Every time I see it, I'm thinking, can Eddie maybe head this one, get the hat-trick? It's a great ball from him. He peels off nicely, goes with his foot, but it was a very, very good performance from Arsenal in the way they kept it going. This is what I'm talking about, Rafinha. You don't want to give them this much time. He was doing this all game. It's like his head's not in the game. Comes in, bam, easy 1-2, and again now Arsenal straight into Luke Ayling, who had a torrid time. Gabriel Martinelli gave him a torrid time, and then good play from him. Xhaka does brilliantly. He's been brilliant in the last few games as well, and I think Saka should do better with that. But it was, like I said, they played into Arsenal's hands, but Arsenal did take full advantage of them.
And as well as that, Jesse Marsh said afterwards they sort of followed the instructions for the second half. You've highlighted that they didn't follow any instructions really in the first half and were a little bit disorganised. And then the goalkeeper goes and makes a mistake like this.
Well, like I say, this is what Arsenal wanted. They wanted him to play like this. You can see how Arsenal. I think he's just got to kick that. Just go, bam, kick that. You could see the forwards coming. You haven't got enough time. He not only doesn't kick it, but he doesn't maybe play it first time to Llorente as well. So I can't think. Why does he think he's got the amount of time where he can actually take a touch on this and then play it? You look at it here. It's like I can't say that the ball is great back to him, but that's just got to go. That's got to go in that instance of the game.
So it may sound like grumpy old men, but it's our age-old. Sometimes it is all right to hoof it.
Absolutely.
No harm, especially in the early part of the game when you're thinking, the situation you're in. Don't put yourself under any pressure. Don't make any stupid mistakes for the first 10 or 15 minutes and then invite pressure onto you. Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah, if you were in his situation, what would you do at the end of this season? Because it's a really instant dilemma for him.
It is, and it's a great dilemma for him. He's somebody that I listened to him on the Beautiful Game podcast, and he was talking about not having a run. He says, I've not even had 3 games on the spin. If I could get some games on the run and I'm not scoring and I'm not doing it, then I can totally understand people saying maybe I'm not ready in that. But he says, just give me a run of games. I'm giving him a run of games at this stage of the season, and if he can continue to score the goals that's going to fire Arsenal into 4th, then you have to say to yourself, well, if he did leave Arsenal, obviously he's in the window. If he does want to leave, I don't know what's going on with that, but he's going to be playing Champions League. Where's he going to leave from now to go to play Champions League, and is he going to get the kind of
he's got
game time?
he's got to want to start though, hasn't he, for Arsenal in the future? And it's highly likely that Arsenal are going to try and sign a big hitter centre forward in the
Particularly if they
window.
get Champions League football.
Well, even if they don't, they've got to sign a forward.
At the same time,
So he's got to start, hasn't he?
He'll want to start. He's shown what he's capable of doing when he starts. But at the same time, you still got to back yourself. Is he going to leave Arsenal and go somewhere else? And if Arsenal do get Champions League and get Champions League, what he's showing now is given the opportunity, I can score goals. You know, if they do bring someone else in, at least, you know, he's going to get the opportunity because he's shown that he can score goals.
But very quickly, he'll need some reassurance from the club.
Yeah.
He'll need to feel
He's in a great position now.
Yeah.
He's in a great position to maybe negotiate something and say, listen, he's in a great position to leave if he wants to leave, or he's in a great position to stay. I'd love him to stay.
Just on Leeds, it was a red card that could have a big effect for the rest of their season because Luke Ayling will now miss the last 3 games.
This is, I mean, it's a crazy challenge. It's a crazy challenge. Rightly mentioned it. It's out of frustration because he was being run ragged from Martinelli, albeit he wasn't getting a lot of help. But I mean, look at that. What is he thinking of? The problems that Leeds have had this season, all been that player, they've not been able to get all their players out onto the pitch because of injuries. And you come to the end of the season and he does that challenge and he's now out of it.
I tell you what, with Rafinha, you know, when you look at the amount of bookings that Leeds have had, you know, for him to be going at the referee like he was
lucky.
Oh, he could have easily got sent off in that instance.
I mean, that highlights, I suppose, just how frustrated Leeds have found this season in places, doesn't it?
Most yellow cards in Premier League history, yeah, it's incredible. But when you see that today, frustration.
Right.